And hello, everybody, and welcome to Fairborn, Ohio. Mark Bixler with you. Glad to be with you here for this regional semifinal game. Girls softball action from Wright State University. And we're certainly glad to be with you here on the Eaton Time Warner system as well. It's the Miami East Vikings against the Arcanum Trojans. Let's run down the starters here tonight. First off, for the visitors on the scoreboard. Number 6 and playing third base is Amy McCoy. Kate Davis will be playing second base, batting second and wearing number 10. Batting third, Josie Howard wearing 24. She'll be the center fielder. Danielle Denlinger is in the cleanup spot. Playing shortstop, she's 41. 00 is Kendall Schaefer. She's the catcher. Erica Walker, the first baseman, will be batting sixth and wearing number 4. Amy Hart, the pitcher, wearing number 1. Will follow Walker. Ashley Bigelow is the DH for Ashley Streb, who is in right field. Bigelow is wearing 22. Nikki Spilazewski, the left fielder, wearing number 8, and that is the lineup for the Miami East Vikings. For the Lady Trojans of Arcanum, they are 21-3, by the way. Miami East is 18-12. Number 19 is Rachel Brown. Number 30, she's playing third base and wearing 19. Leanne Sanders, the second baseman, is wearing number 6, batting second, or 6, wearing number 6, that's Sando, rather, can't read my own writing. Heather Short, the pitcher, is wearing number 9, and batting third in the cleanup spot, the shortstop is Sheena Rothwell, number 7. Fifth, Brenda Denlinger, the center fielder, number 20. Heather Beatley, the first baseman, wearing number 33. Olivia Krickenberger is wearing number 11. Following Beatley, she is playing right field. Tracy Rodahamel, the left fielder, is wearing number 12. And batting for her, the designated hitter, Carly Oda. And she is wearing number 22, I believe, if I can read my own writing. And the catcher, number 1, is Amy Graham. As we said, the Trojans stand at 21-3. Miami East at 18-12, and the winner will advance on, and they will play the Crestview Knights. And that, if Arcanum should win, that would be an interesting matchup. That is the team that has beaten the Trojans the last 3 seasons. To end the year, they have fallen to the Crestview Knights 3 years ago in a regional final. The Trojans fell to Crestview 2 years ago. They lost in the state championship game to the Knights. And, of course, last year in another regional championship, the Trojans fell to the Lady Knights once again. And as we said, the Lady Knights defeated Batavia here last night. At the time of this taping anyway, they knocked off Batavia 5-3 to earn the right to play in another regional championship game. We're certainly glad to be with you here on Time Warner in Eaton. My name is Mark Bixler, M. Bixler Video Productions. This is just the start for sporting events, hopefully. We have a full slate of football games coming up that we are looking at bringing to you in the fall, beginning week number 1, which is August 22nd. Now, these games will air the following week. Of course, these are tentative ball games because we have to get permission from both schools in games involved for regular season games. August 22nd, we're looking at Preble Shawnee at National Trail. The 29th of August, Eaton at Brookville. September 5th, Twin Valley South at Covington. The 12th, Tri-County North at Twin Valley South. September 19th, Dixie at Oakwood. The 26th, Eaton at Preble Shawnee. October 3rd, for you Trojan fans, Arcanum at Tri-County North. That's our first Trojan matchup of the year. October 10th, Northmont at Troy. 17th, Dixie at Brookville. And the 24th, National Trail at Arcanum. We are just about ready to get underway as Amy McCoy steps in. Our umpires, as we'll get to those in just a minute, is pitching for the Trojans is Heather Short. And that is taken ball 2. It's a 2-0 count. Calling balls and strikes is Terry Ogden. At first base, it is Doug Miller and Jim Jernell, the third baseman. That is scooped up by the shortstop, throw to first, and beating it out, the throw a little high. Sheena Rothwell could not make the throw cleanly. And McCoy beats that out, so she is standing at first base right now. Stepping in is Kate Davis, the second baseman for the Trojans. No score. We're just underway. Top half of the first inning. Mark Bixler with you here from the campus of Wright State University. As that bunt is laid down, the throw is to first in time. Beatley takes the throw as McCoy moves on to second base. And there's one away. So 5-3. Davis goes out if you're scoring. McCoy moving up to second base. And there's one away. Josie Howard, the center fielder, batting third here tonight, steps in as short readies. That ball is lifted into center field. That's going to be a base hit. McCoy is going to stay put at third base. Howard standing at first, and the Vikings have things going right here in the top half of the first with runners at first and third and one out. The cleanup batter, Danielle Denlinger, the shortstop, steps in now for the Vikings. 18-12 on the year. Arcanum standing at 21-3. That bunt, and that is fouled back as it'll be an 0-1 count. One away, top half of the first. Nice sized crowd here on hand. The winner earns the right to play Crestview. The Knights 5-3 winners over Batavia here last night. That is taken ball. It's a 1-1 count. And we're certainly glad to be with you here on the Eaton Time Warner system, our first event. As that has taken a strike, Denlinger falls behind in the count, a ball, 2 strikes. As we said, just underway, top half of the first. One away, 2 on, and that is taken strike 3 low on the outside corner, right at the knees. Denlinger, a strikeout victim, as Kendall Schaefer steps in now, 0-0 for the Lady Vikings, and that is taken just a tad high. The winner from this regional moves on to the Final Four for Division III up at Ashland, Ohio, the site of softball, the state softball tournament. That ball's ripped up the middle, short picks it off and gets out of the jam. We've completed a half an inning here at Wright State University in Fairborn. It's a scoreless top half of the first. For the Trojans, Rachel Brown will lead off. She'll be followed by Leanne Sando, and the pitcher, Heather Short, will be batting third. And after that, in the cleanup spot, Sheena Rothwell. For those of you who live close to Greenville, some of the ball games will be airing on Greenville Public Access Television, Channel 3 up there. Of course, our opening game will be Salina at Greenville. Delphi St. John's at St. Henry will be week number 2, and Sonia at Mississinawa Valley will be week number 3. And looking forward to a complete schedule, not only on the Eaton Time Warner system, but also on Greenville Public Access Television on Time Warner in Greenville, but also on Adelphia Cable in Versailles and Minster. On those two systems, we will be doing a Midwest Athletic Conference Game of the Week. Well, the 21-3 Trojans getting ready to get their first crack at things here in this bottom half of the first. Trojans hoping for another crack at Convoy Crestview. Pitching for the Vikings is Amy Hart. They stand at 18-12, members of the Central Buckeye Conference. That has taken a strike, and it's an 0-1 count. So Brown falls behind in the count as the bottom half of the first is underway. That taken a little inside. It's a 1-1 count. Arcanum members of the Cross County Conference, as we said, Miami East, now members of the Central Buckeye Conference. That is popped down the line, and it's going to be a foul ball. Didn't miss by much. That's about as close as you can get without being fair. A ball, 2 strikes on Brown. As we said, awaiting on deck is Leanne Sando. Hart fires, and that's lifted down the line, and that is going to be caught by the right fielder. Leanne Sando will step in, 1 away. F9, if you're scoring with us, is coming up with that, was Ashley Streb. Sando steps in. That's taken low, a ball from Hart. And it's a 1-0 count. 1 away, bottom half of the first. A scoreless ball game here. The winner earning the right to play in the regional championship game here Saturday, as that's ripped into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Sando rounds first, and she will stay put. A wise choice. So Sando, the 1-out single here, as Heather Short steps in. So it's pitcher against pitcher here. Hart fires the bunt, and that is taken low, and Sando is out trying to steal, so 2 away. Out 2-6, I believe, or 2-4. It may have been 2-4 now that I think about it. And it's an 0-1 count. That's hit to the second baseman, scoops it onto first, and that ends the inning. So the Vikings, the Trojans rather, do no damage in that inning, and we've completed 1 inning here at Wright State University, and it remains a scoreless ball game.
This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Oh, I know, yes. And we're back here at Wright State University. Fairborn is stepping in as Erica Walker to lead off the second inning for the Vikings, and it was an 0-1 count as that changeup is taken high. It's now even a 1-1 short, trying to get Denlinger to chase that, or rather Walker to chase that, but no luck. Down to the third baseman, on to first, And there's one away. As scooping that up was Rachel Brown. 5-3, Walker goes down. If you're scoring with us, is Amy Hart. The pitcher gets ready to step in for the Vikings to face her counterpart, Heather Short. Taken low. It's a 1-0 count. As we said, our umpires here tonight, Terry Ogden calling balls and strikes, Doug Miller at first, and Jim Jernell at third base. Back up the middle. Second baseman on to first, and there's two away. Hart out 4-3 if you're scoring with us. Is coming up with that was the second baseman, Leanne Sando. She flipped it on to Beatley. Ashley Bigelow steps in now for the Vikings, the designated hitter. That has taken a strike, and it's an 0-1 count on Bigelow. Mark Bixler with you here from Fairborn, the campus of Wright State University. Glad to be with you here this afternoon. A nice afternoon. Taken just high. It's even at a ball and a strike. Two away, though, here in the bottom, or rather top half of the second, and that is taken low. It's a 2-1 count now on Bigelow. Nikki Spilazewski awaits on deck, and that's taken a strike. Evens the count up at 2-2. 2-2, and that has taken a strike as Bigelow caught looking. That ends the top half of the second for the Vikings. We've completed an inning and a half here from Fairborn. It remains a scoreless ball game. Well, as we hate to keep reminding you, but just refreshing your memory, the fact that the Trojans have been to the regional championship game the last 3 years, winning it 2 years ago. But every time they have lost the last 3 years, it has been to the team that is in the state or in the regional championship game for sure here on Saturday, and that's Crestview. Sheena Rothwell will step in. The Trojans did have a runner that's back in the first. Leanne Sando got the one-out single, but she was caught at second base when Heather Short failed to get a bunt down to sacrifice her over. Hart delivers a strike, and it's an 0-1 count. The changeup taken high as the count evens for Rothwell at a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss. Unable to connect on that. A ball, 2 strikes. This is my first opportunity to be here for a softball game on the campus of Wright State University, as that is fouled first base side, and even the count remains at a ball, 2 strikes. Nice facility here. I'm sure I've seen the baseball facility from the air. Used to do traffic on AM 1290. Popped on the infield, and that is going to be picked up by the second baseman. So one away. Kate Davis coming up with that catch. F4, Rothwell goes down if you're scoring with us, as Brenda Denlinger will step in now for the Trojans. Hart delivers, and that's taken low. It's 1-0. Or, yes, 1-0. Bottom half of the second, a scoreless ball game. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Miami East and Arcanum. And that is a swing and a miss as Hart delivered the changeup, and boy, did she have Denlinger way out in front of that one. She was looking fastball. Definitely wasn't looking changeup, and that just misses. Evens it up at 2-2. Down the first base side, foul. And the count remains 2-2. Mark Bixler with you here on the Time Warner system in Eaton. Glad to be with you for this afternoon's contest. That's ripped up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Gets past the center fielder and heading to second, and she will go in safely is Brenda Denlinger. So the Trojans threatening here in this bottom half of the second to get on the scoreboard. One out and a runner standing at second. Give her a base hit and moves up to second on an error by the center fielder. Hart delivers, taking the ball. 1-0 the count. Third base side, shortstop, and they try to fake Denlinger out, but Denlinger wouldn't have it. Beatley reaches on the fielder's choice. Olivia Krickenbarger steps in now. So still one away. Runners at first and second. That has taken a strike. As looked like Krickenbarger thought about turning and squaring for the bunt, but pulled back and took a strike. It's an 0-1 count. One away. Infield drawn in. The bunt is laid down, and the throw is to third, not in time, and everybody is safe. The bases are loaded. Again, Krickenbarger reaches on the fielder's choice. Carly Oda steps in now for Arcanum. So the Trojans threatening big here in this bottom of the second. Still have not pushed anybody across, but the infield definitely in. That has taken a strike, and it's an 0-1 count on Oda. See what we mean, that the infield is definitely in, and that has taken a ball. Nowhere to put her. It's a 1-1 count now. Taken low, 2 balls and a strike on Oda. As we said, the winner will face Convoy Crestview. Punched up the middle. They're going to get the lead runner. The throw to first is not in time. And the bases remain loaded, but 2 away now. Oda reaches on the fielder's choice. Catcher Amy Graham steps in. Miami East fans thought that the throw was there in time, but Erica Walker was straddling the base, and Oda was able to beat it out before she was able to tag her. Graham takes a strike and falls behind in the count 0-1. Now the Trojans were threatening. The bases were loaded with 1 away. Right now 2 outs. After the fielder's choice and force it home. That is a foul ball off of Graham. Still scoreless. Miami East hoping to get out of this. The Trojans hoping to at least push a run across. That is hit into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. 1 run is going to score. The second is heading to home, and the Trojans have pushed 2 runs across to take a 2-0 lead thanks to Graham's 2-run single. Beatley and Krickenbarger score. Runners are at the corners. Oda at third. Graham is at first. As we swing back to the top of the order, Rachel Brown steps in, and she flew out to right field her first trip. 2-0, Arcanum leading this. The Trojans hoping for another crack at Convoy Crestview. Swing and a miss, and it's now even at a ball and strike. Trojans have fallen to the Knights every year the past 3 years. Twice, 3 years ago in the regional championship, and last year in the regional championship, and 2 years ago in the state championship held at Ashland. They would like to get the monkey off their back, so to say. That is hit into right field. A third run is going to score. Graham heads to third, and Brown moves up to second on the throw to third. A wise heads-up running play by Rachel Brown. And Leanne Sando steps in now for Arcanum. Chopper, third base side, but foul. 0-1 on Sando. Heather Short awaits on deck. 3-zip. Trojans leading the Vikings here tonight, this afternoon. Hart fires, that taken at the knees, and it's an 0-2 count. All this, the Trojans had the bases loaded with one out, but Brenda Denlinger was forced out at the plate as that is hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. A fourth run will score. And the Trojans with runners at first and third as scoring is Amy Graham. Sando is now 2 for 2 on the afternoon as Hart delivers, and that's taken a strike. And moving up is Leanne Sando to second base. Chopper, third base side, and it is bobbled. A run scores. Heather Short beats it out. Well, the Trojans have batted around. That Short was the 9th batter in the inning. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here from Miami East is coming on to pitch. It looks like it's going to be Danielle Denlinger, the shortstop. Hart will move out to left field, and I cannot catch the number as far as who is playing shortstop now for the Vikings. But the Trojans scoring 5 times thus far here in this bottom half of the second. And they lead the Vikings 5-0 with runners at first and third. Sheena Rothwell steps in, the shortstop for Arcanum. Awaiting on deck, Brenda Denlinger. Shortstop Rothwell popped out to the second baseman her first trip up in the inning, as moving on to second base is Heather Short. That has taken a strike on the outside corner, and it's even at a ball and a strike now. That hit up the middle and scoots off of second base. 2 more runs score, and Rothwell moves up to second base. Give her a base hit and moves up to second on the throw. And the Vikings find themselves trailing Arcanum here 7-0. The Trojans have done all their scoring with 2 outs. That has taken a strike, and it's even now at a ball and a strike. Denlinger really got the inning going. She got a base hit, and that's a swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes, although she did look Hart delivered a changeup, and that ball is fouled first base side. And if you see the camera duck real quick, if you see me move the camera real quick, and it's because of a foul ball. That's why. That is picked up by the first baseman, and that will end the first inning. But not before Arcanum struck for 7 runs in the bottom half of the second. After 2 complete, it's Arcanum 7, Miami East nothing.
This event brought to you by the Made-Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
We're back here at Fairborn, the campus of Wright State University. Arcanum with 7 runs in the bottom half of the second. They lead it 7-0 over Miami East. The Trojans hoping for another shot at Crestview. That's a swing and a miss. Nikki Spilazewski down in the count 0-1. Will swing back to the top of the order, and Amy McCoy, and she'll be followed by Kate Davis. Short delivers. Just misses outside, maybe a little high, and it's even at 1-1. Crestview already winning here, as that is a slow grounder. The flip to first to the second baseman, Brown. Or rather, it's Sando. Brown is the third baseman. And there is one away. 3-4 if you're scoring with us. McCoy steps in. She is 1 for 1, led off with a base hit, and it looks like she is going to get another base hit. So with 1 out, Miami East with a runner at first. Seven-0 Arcanum. Swinging and missing is Kate Davis. Ground ball. That's picked up by the shortstop. She'll throw it to first, and pulling Beatley off the base was Rothwell's throw. So runners at first and second. Josie Howard batting now for the Vikings. As we said, they trail 7-0, and that taken a bit high, and it's a 1-0 count. Miami East with runners at first and second. McCoy at second. Davis is at first. Popped on the infield, and that is going to be caught. So there's 2 away. Beatley giving chase for that one and making the catch. Short delivers, and it's taken low. It's a 1-0 count. Great afternoon for an outdoor sporting event. That is picked up, and the runner at second is going to be called out for interference as she ran right into Sheena Rothwell, and hopefully everything is okay as she took a hit, and Rothwell getting up. It appears she is okay, so that is a good sign. The Trojans get out of the inning without giving anything up. That's the one thing. You've got to allow the defensive player the opportunity to field the ball. And McCoy did not do that. And she was called out as per the rules. Arcanum striking for 7 runs in the bottom half of the second. They lead at 7-0. As we head to the bottom half of the third, they've been able to shut down Miami East. The Trojans on the year, they are 21-3, and they will face Convoy Crestview. The winner of this game, and if it were to end right now, it would be Arcanum. But the winner of this will face Crestview, who stands at 25-1, as they defeated Batavia here yesterday in the other regional semifinal game, 5-3. Of the 4 teams in the regionals this year, Crestview was the only team in the top 10, in the final top 10 for the state poll, as they finished 6th on the year. That is ripped into right field. That's going to drop. So the Trojans keep things going at this point, as Heather Beatley with the base hit down the right field side. Olivia Krickenberger, she reached on a fielder's choice, so she's 0 for 1 officially. Denlinger's pitch is taken a strike, a swing and a miss, and it's even at a ball and a strike. Taken low, 2-1. There's one thing, it's pretty windy here. That is a strike, and it's now 2-2. Swing and a miss as Krickenberger is out on strikes. So 1 away for Carly Oda. Oda will step in from the left side. That has taken a strike, and it's an 0-1 count. We're in the bottom half of the third. They play 7. 0 away, and it's even at 1-1. Beatley led off the inning with a base hit, as that's taken outside, and it's a 2-1 count. And she's right now stranded at first, but there's just 1 away. That has taken a strike and evens the count at 2-2. Sheena Rothwell is directly behind us in the bullpen, as Oda is out on strikes, so there's 2 outs. Stepping in is Amy Graham. She's 1 for 1, including 2 RBIs. She had the 2 RBIs to get the first 2 runs across for the Trojans. That is hit into center field, but it is caught, and that will end the inning. So the Trojans After Beatley's leadoff single, go down 1, 2, 3. After that, we've completed 3 here from Wright State University. And after 3, it's Arcanum 7, Miami East nothing.
This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Back here at Fairborn, Wright State University. At bat for the Vikings is Kendall Schaefer. She grounds the ball to Rothwell. Let's see if she comes up. And she comes up firing. And I tell you what, on her first 2 attempts, she was coming up a little high on the throw, but that time she came up firing and threw a bullet. So maybe the little incident where McCoy ran into her to end the last inning, the top half of the second, maybe that helped her out. Well, 2 attempts, 2 outs. Rothwell, 6. Rothwell getting the assist on the first 2 outs. As Walker goes down 6-3. Amy Hart now in right field as that is to the second baseman. Sando to first, and Miami East goes out 1, 2, 3 in the top half of the 4th. After 3.5, it's Arcanum 7, Miami East nothing. Well, we certainly would love the opportunity to travel to Ashland a week from today. And that depends on whether Arcanum can hang on to pull out a win here this afternoon and then knock off Crestview, a team that has been a thorn in the side for the Trojans the past 3 years. The Knights are basically who kept Arcanum from winning the state championship 2 years ago. The Trojans falling to Convoy Crestview in that state championship game at Ashland. I've been to Ashland a couple times, and some of you might be familiar with my name. No, we may very well be related to the Bixler. I may very well be related to the Bixlers in Arcanum, in the Arcanum-Pittsburgh area. There's a good possibility, but the Bixlers I come from Mercer County and the Putnam County area, Allen County, that general area. But there was a group of 5 brothers that came over. 2 of them went to Cincinnati, and 3 ended up around Lima. That has taken a strike. Leading off is Rachel Brown, and that is A swing and a miss, and it's even now 2-2. And from what I understand, the Bixlers from Arcanum and Pittsburgh have the background that comes from Cincinnati. So as Brown goes out on strikes, 1 out, Leanne Sando steps in now for the Trojans. So I would say there is a good chance, because Bixler back in the 1800s was not a very common name. A chopper to the shortstop. Can she get it there in time? No, she can't. Number 12 playing shortstop, as that is Ashley Streb. Is fouled back as Sando reaches on the base hit. We'll call it a base hit as Heather Short now at bat for the Trojans. That bunt, first base side, the second baseman. 2 outs as Sando moves up to second base on that sacrifice. Sheena Rothwell will step in now. Two away. Trojans with a runner at second in scoring position. But as we said, there are 2 outs. 1-0. It's a 2-0 count now as that skips across the plate. And we're certainly glad to be with you here on the Eaton Time Warner system as that is fouled back, and it's now 2-1. 7-0. The Trojans scoring 7 times in the bottom half of the second. Sending 11 batters to the plate as that is taken a bit inside, and it's a 3-1 count on Rothwell. Brenda Denlinger due up next for the Trojans, and Rothwell swings and misses as that will end the inning. Check that. It was a 3-1 count. My apologies. I think Rothwell thought it was 3 strikes too. Looked like she started to head back, but it's just a 3-2 count. So a full count, the payoff on the way, and that's taken ball 4. Brenda Denlinger steps in. Denlinger is 1 for 2. Rothwell was 1 for 2 as well. Trojans threatening, hoping to push some more runs across. Arcanum with runners at first and third. Rothwell will move up to third. 2 away. Up to second, rather, as Sando standing at third. So 2 runners in scoring position as Denlinger fouls that back first base side, and it remains a 2-1, or it's now a 2-1 count. Denlinger delivers, and that is first base side. They get Brenda Denlinger. That ends the inning. They get out. Miami East gets out of it without giving up any more runs to Arcanum. We've completed 4 here from Fairborn with the score Arcanum 7, Miami East nothing.
This event brought to you by the Made-Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, R.B. Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Heather Short on for her fifth inning of work as Ashley Bigelow steps in. She swings and misses, and it's an 0-1 count. 7-0. Arcanum leading this over Miami East. Taken high. The Trojans looking to advance to face Crestview here Saturday. If the Trojans do hang on to win, as that has taken a strike and it's a 1-2 count, we will have that game for you as well. Change-up, swing and a miss, and she caught Bigelow looking for something other than a change-up. Nikki Spilazewski steps in for Miami East. The Vikings 18-12 on the year. Arcanum, on the other hand, 21-3. Or 20-3. 21-3. Popped on the infield, and it is going to be caught by Sando. 2 away. Spilazewski out F4 if you're scoring with us. We go back to the top of the order, and that brings up Amy McCoy. McCoy is 2 for 2. And has taken a strike, and McCoy down in the count 0-1. Skips across the plate. It evens it up at 1-1. Mark Bixler with you, and Bixler Video Productions. We are based in Greenville. Certainly glad to be with you. That is foul first base side. And it's even at 2-2. Taken low, and it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. That just misses, and that is ball 4. So McCoy draws the 2-out walk. Fell short of being able to retire 7 in a row, basically. Or 6 in a row, anyway. High and away. It's a 1-0 count. Two and 0. Two outs. Top half of the third, as Short is going to either get a new ball or they're going to work over this one. Get a new ball. It's kind of slick. I coached fast pitch softball back in the 80s. Nice gust of wind just blew my scorebook away, so we may take a quick break and see if we can get the attention of somebody to give me my scorebook. 3-0 the count, 2 outs. That has taken a strike. Fouled back, and it's 3-2. So after working over the ball, Short delivers 2 strikes. That is hit into center field. That's going to drop. It's past the center fielder, and I would be willing to say a run is going to score. And does. So Short will not deliver a shutout here this afternoon. The Vikings get a run. Popped on the infield, and that should do it. Rothwell there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. We're going to take a quick break. We have completed 4.5 innings here with the score Arcanum 7, Miami East 1.
This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Back here at Wright State, as count is even at a ball and a strike. Mark Bixler with you here. Got my scorebook back, so get a little bit of an extra break right there as we are in the bottom half of the 5th. That's fouled straight back, and it's now a ball 2 strikes on Beatley. Mark Bixler with you here. I'm Bixler Video Productions. Glad to be with you here from Fairborn, the campus of Wright State University. Change up, and she caught Beatley looking. One away as Olivia Krickenberger steps in now for Arcanum. Bottom half of the 5th, 7-1 Arcanum. Trojans hoping to advance on as that is taken high as Denlinger on for another inning of work for Miami East. Swing and a miss. Mark Bixler with you here. I'm Bixler Video Productions, and that is a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. That is fouled back, and catcher unable to catch it cleanly, so it'll go as a strike. That taken high, and it's even now at 2-2. Well, we want to thank the OHSAA as well as the administrations from both schools, Arcanum and from Miami East. Misses high, and it's a full count. Actually, that's taken ball 4. So Krickenberger draws the 1-out walk as Carly Oda will step in now for Arcanum. 1 out, 1 on for the Trojans. That has taken a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1 on Oda. Turned to square to bunt, but pulled back up, and Rickenberger stays put. Misses inside, and it's a 2-1 count. Well, the Trojans with 7 runs in the bottom half of the second. Zoda, that is taking a strike, and it's even at 1-1. Three balls, 2 strikes to count now on Oda. That has taken a strike, and Oda is out number 2. Amy Graham now at bat for the Trojans. That has taken a strike. Denlinger has yet to give up a run, although as that is a slow roller to the first base side, the flip to first in time. Check that, not in time. A close play at first. Swing back to the top of the order. Give Graham credit for a base hit. Misses low and away. It's 2-0. That has taken a strike. 2-1 on Brown as the third baseman steps in, and it's even now at 2-2. 2 outs. Misses high and away, and it's 3-2. A full count. 2 outs. The runners will be going on the pitch. Chopper, first base side, foul, and they'll have to return. Again, they'll be running on the pitch upon the release. (7-1) Arcanum over Miami East here, and that is taken ball 4. Brown works the 2-out walk to load the bases, and Leanne Sando, who's 3 for 3, steps in now for Arcanum. Chopper, first base or third base side, foul. Well, if Sando can deliver here, it would deliver more goodies for the Trojans. Already up by 6, 7-1. Although it had been a 7-run lead. Thought about it, tried to hold back, but couldn't. And it's an 0-2 count. This is low, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes. 7-1. Arcanum with 7 runs in the bottom half of the second. Miami East with a run in the top of the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count. Count even. High and away, 3-2, a full count, nowhere to put her. Denlinger as the runners will be going on the pitch again. The payoff on the way, popped on the infield, and it is going to drop. New life for Sando. Well, that's just the way that life has gone today for Miami East. Sando's pitch, or takes it, chopper foul, and it remains 3-2. Denlinger delivers the payoff. Ground ball, first base side, picked up by Denlinger, flips it to first to get the out. That ends the inning. The bases, the Trojans leave them loaded. We've completed 5. With the score, Arcanum 7, Miami East 1 as we head to the 6th.
This event brought to you by the Made-Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Danielle Denlinger steps in for the Vikings as we head to the top half of the 6th inning. Mark Bixler with you, Bixler Video Productions. Glad to be with you here from Fairborn, the campus of Wright State University. (7-1) Arcanum leading the Vikings of Miami East. Winner advancing on to Saturday's regional championship game, as that has taken a strike. It's a 2-1 count. Short delivers, taken a little low, 3-1 the count. So the Trojans right now 6 outs away. Rothwell will scoop it up, guns it to first, in, nope, check that. Denlinger reaches, give her a base hit. That is going to be lifted into right field. It is caught. Olivia Krickenberger comes up with that. So 1 away and 1 on. Taken low and away. And it's a 1-0 count. So the Trojans now 5 outs away from claiming this regional semifinal game win. Back up the middle, short to first or second. They get the force, the lead runner. So 2 outs. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Miami East. Rebecca Meyer looks like she is coming in to run for Erica Walker. Amy Hart at bat. She is 0 for 2. And taken low. Now, should things go as they stand, as that is going to be scooped up by the second baseman. On to first. They get the force. 4-3, Sando to Beatley. That ends the top half of the 6th. We go to the bottom half of the 6th with a score. Arcanum 7, Miami East 1. Absolutely gorgeous day here this afternoon for high school softball. This is the regional championship. Right now it's 7-1. Arcanum leading the Vikings. The Trojans leading Miami East. Absolutely beautiful facility here. Not sure exactly what the delay is here at the present time, but we're ready to resume action. And Heather Short, the pitcher, steps in, and she'll face Danielle Denlinger. That hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit into center field as Short beats that out. Gina Rothwell will step in now. Taken inside. Rothwell officially 1 for 2. Thought about it, but held up, and Short will move up to second base on the pass ball. Denlinger's pitch, and that is lifted down the third base side, and having trouble chasing it down, the third baseman could not come up with it, and it's 2-1. Another pass ball, and Short's going to move up to third. Still nobody out. Denlinger's pitch, and that is taken ball 4. So runners at first and third, and you have to wonder, are they going to go? No. And a meeting taking place at the pitcher's mound. Pitcher's circle, I should say, and it looks like we're going to see another pitching change for Miami East as Erica Walker will step in now for the Trojans, or for the Vikings, I should say. Now, you know, we mentioned the fact that, excuse me, the football schedule that we are tentatively looking at. Of course, we have to get permission from the schools to bring you the ball games, the regular season games anyway. And coming up, we are looking forward to what we think is going to be an exciting year of high school football that we're going to bring to you and on the Eaton Time Warner system. And we'll start things off the first week of high school football, August 22nd. Tentatively, we have scheduled Preble Shawnee at National Trail. Now, I can tell you the game I am going to be at. It's our number one game that weekend, and that is Oakwood at Versailles, and simply because of the fact that Al Hetrick, the longtime coach at Versailles, could win his 300th game. And I want to make sure that we want to be there. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner coming in. Looks like Brandy Odell and Danielle Burns. Odell will be in for Short. Burns will be in for Rothwell. Walker fires. Brenda Denlinger at bat, and she takes a strike, and it's down 0-1. That fouled back. Denlinger falls behind 0-2. Erica Walker pitching for Miami East as they find themselves down by 6 runs here in the bottom half of the 6th. That has taken a strike, and that is out number 1. Heather Beatley steps in now for the Trojans. Taken high. Well, if things end as they are, Miami East would finish the year at 18-13. That has taken a strike, and Burns will move on to third base, or second base rather. Walker readies, fires, the left-hander delivers a strike. Beatley down in the count, a ball, 2 strikes. Olivia Krickenberger awaits on deck for the Trojans. Change up, and that misses high, and it's even now 2-2. Swing and fouled back off the catcher's mask, and it's remains even at 2-2. One away. We're in the bottom half of the 6th, and that is fouled back, first base side, out of play. Stays alive. It's a 2-2 count. Walker delivers. Shortstop. A run scores. The throw to third, not in time. Burns on to third. 2 outs, but it's an 8-1 ball game. So the Trojans get a run back, the run back that they gave up. there's 2 outs for Olivia Krickenberger. Walker delivers. You have to wonder how many times it's really different from a batter's standpoint, seeing someone deliver from the left side. You don't see, at least in maybe Division 4, you might see a few more in Division 3. You probably see a few more in Division 2 and several more in Division 1. Left-hand southpaw pitchers. That's taking a ball, and it's 3-2. Fouled straight back, and it's a 3-2 count. Now we are just really a hop, skip, and a jump from Patterson Air Force Base. That is fouled back out of play. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. But not before the Trojans get another run. We've completed 6. Arcanum is 3 outs away from advancing on to the regional championship game after 6.5. It's Arcanum 8, Miami East 1.
This event brought to you by the Made-Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, R.B. Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
We're back here at Fairborn. Leading off will be Katie Yantis for the Vikings. Short delivers, and that skips across the plate and gets past the catcher. It's a 1-0 count. That has taken a strike, and it's even now 1-1. Just underway here in this top half of the 7th, an 8-1 lead for Arcanum. That is fouled first base side and third base side, rather. I'm on the first base side. I said earlier that if you see me have to grab the camera real quick and disappear, it's because of, well, we have to take action in a hurry. That is a strikeout. Aaron Carpenter at bat now. That is going to be scooped up by Sando. 2 away here in the 7th. Carpenter out. 4-3 if you're scoring with us, and Amy McCoy will step in. Could she be Miami East final out? Ground ball, Rothwell scoops it up. On to first, not in time. So McCoy beats out the throw. McCoy was on all 4 times she was up. Kate Davis. Line drive to Beatley, and that will do it. F3. Davis goes out if you're scoring with us. The final score as the Trojans will advance. They knock off the Miami East Vikings. We're going to wrap things up here real quick. The final score, 8-1. Arcanum getting 7 runs, sending 11 players to the plate in the second inning, scoring 7 times to jump out to the 7-0 lead. Miami East did get a run in the top half of the 5th, drawing to within 6, but that's as close as they got. It was a 7-1 ball game, and Arcanum added a run in the bottom half of the 6th to make it an 8-1 final. Again, the final score here from Wright State University. We'll be back here for the regional championship game from the campus of WSU. The final score, Arcanum 8, Miami East 1. Until Saturday, for Bixler Video Productions, I'm Mark Bixler. So long, everybody.